Okay, this question is from JXNWO. You want to make a proper diet plan and a workout plan for soccer. So what are some effortless ways that you could start to have your, right, what's the minimum effective dose where you could put in the least amount of time and effort that is gonna drastically improve your performance. I think it's really important. You want to check out Andrew Huberman, Tim Ferriss, physical performance. Put those keywords in, come up with that podcast, and just listening to Andrew Huberman's thoughts on the 5 pillars are life changing, because it talks about fundamental things that not just soccer players but humans need to invest in every day to start performing optimally. And some people's plan, like some people naturally do these things, but some people don't. And so it's important to understand, and it's not like this complex thing, right? The 5 pillars are sleep, hydration, nutrition, sunlight, movement, and relationships. So to get great sleep, if you only did if you only did 3 things, you got to avoid caffeine past noon, you got to not eat too close to bedtime, and then you got to take a hot shower right before bed, a hot bath or a hot shower. And this is the key, because sleep researchers have found that this hot shower before bed or hot bath before bed is so effective that they actually named it the hot shower effect or the hot bath effect, because it helps you get great sleep. So that's an easy and effortless way to start. If you just follow those 3 things, now you're getting great sleep, now you're waking up having a lot of energy. Since you've been asleep, when you wake up, since you've been asleep for however many hours, you've gone through a state of fasting. So it's important right when you wake up to get hydrated, preferably with some pinch of salt and some squeeze of some lemon. It's almost like a gangster Gatorade, right? Get some electrolytes and some vitamins in you. The next most important thing is getting outside and going for a few minute walk, right? This is going to help you shrug off any sleepiness, and getting sunlight in your eyes, it starts a sleep timer in your brain, right? And then starting to walk, he says that walking is important because you get forward ambulation, and all that means is that you're walking forward and you're getting visuals passing through your eyes. So this is going to help wake you up and start to make you more alert and really get your day going. And this is something, it's not something that I've known for long. This is something that I wish I knew in high school and college, and I just, it's been life-changing for me. It really has been, so I can't recommend this enough. The other things are movement, but he spends an hour talking about movement, and it's going to help you lay out your workout plan. So you have certain obligations, and you've got whether you've got school or work, and you've got a current practice, training, or game schedule. So you can listen to this podcast, right? And then you start to say, okay, well, this lines up perfectly with this, and maybe I could switch this like this. Like, you could start to play around, right? Because it's never gonna be perfect. Your training schedule is never gonna be perfect. You just keep on tweaking it and tweaking it and tweaking it and tweaking it, and just make it a little bit better. So it's not supposed to be perfect, right? Because even a bad plan's better than no plan. So this is a great question, because now you're going to start to come up with a plan, and you're not going to get it right on the first one, but you're not supposed to, because there's there are things that are more or less ideal, but you're striving to make it better. So this is tremendous. Right, so he says the 4 things you optimize for are endurance, strength, VO2 max, and heat and cold exposure. So the chances are, if you're playing a game at least once a week, that'll cover the endurance, right? If you're playing a 90-minute game, that'll cover the endurance part. And then if you have a practice beforehand, like, you got to compare and contrast his what he's optimizing for and suggesting to optimize for with what you're currently doing, because the chances are you're pretty much on the right track. You just got to make some slight, either add or take away in a few areas. You could almost do like an energy audit. What am I spending too much time on that's not creating huge results, and what am I spending not enough time on that I could start spending a little time on to create some huge results. So listen to that podcast, and he'll go into depth, and you'll start to get a deeper understanding about how to go forward with this plan, because no one online knows your schedule. No one online knows your training habits or the times that you're, or logistics in your town, what's close to you. Are there gyms close by? Do you have a backyard? Do you have a gym in your house, right? Like, there are certain nuances that only you know, and only you can plan on to create the best thing. So no one can create the best workout plan except for you. So understanding this podcast and listening to what he's saying has helped me think about what he's doing. And since his only restriction is time, he wants to create the most results in the least amount of time. And this has been tremendously helpful, because it's like, okay, he's spending very little time getting huge results. I want that. So that's what I've done with my own personal schedule. So you could do the same. And the last thing he talks about is relationships. And all the relationships in your life are going to be reflected on how you treat and talk to yourself. And the best way to start improving the relationship with yourself that a lot of people talk about is, and it's such a simple thing, is cleaning your room and making your bed. And even many years past college, and I didn't realize this importance, and it's important because Jordan Peterson says that if you can make your bed, clean your room, he says, set your house in perfect order before you go out into the world, because what this demonstrates to yourself on a daily basis is that if you can control the chaos of your room, then you could change your world for the better. So it becomes a ritual in hope for making your life better and justifying the suffering of the world, basically, right? It's just, if you can do it's such a simple thing, make your room, clean your bed. So this is what I strive for every day. Now I can't even, I try not to let myself shoot a single video unless the dishes are done, the bed's made, the living room's tidied up, right? Sort yourself out, lay the clothes out the night before, so you could start to get organized. Because if you're disorganized and you're going to try to make it better, then things are going to fall apart. So being organized in the room, it just creates it just creates a calmness and a peace in your life that's going to help you improve your training. It's directly related. Even if you don't see it, it will directly improve your ability to improve on the soccer field, even though it seems like those are disconnected. They're really not. Two more things I'll add just very quickly. I think one of the most fundamental skills is learning how to breathe. Check out Dr. Vranich, her TED Talk, How to Breathe. That's Vranich. This is something that I wish I learned years ago. It's completely changed my life. And right, she says, two players of equal skill, the one who with better endurance is going to win every time. So breathing is fundamental, and that you could start stacking other skills on. So I think that's number one. So check out that resource, and then take immediate action. Take immediate action on all those, and test it. See for yourself if that podcast, Andrew Huberman, Tim Ferriss, on physical performance, makes sense to you and resonates with you, and then come back with more questions, because I just don't want to overwhelm you. So I think this is a great place to start, because once you can internalize those, right, if you can optimize for the 5 pillars, then it's like a free-for-all. Then you're just going to be, then everything else in your life is going to be coming to you so much easier, because now you're operating on a fundamental level. If you've built this foundation of your life, right, it's like this house, you need a good foundation so that you can build a beautiful house. So hopefully some of these ideas help, and reach out with any questions. All right, thank you.